Hello everybody, and welcome to Nightwood Guns. I'm Brett, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Sig Romeo Zero Red Dot. I have 1,000 rounds through this gun with the red dot on there, and I've been carrying it for 1 month. So I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Sig Romeo Zero. And you're going to want to stick around for the bad and the ugly because there's some stuff you're definitely going to want to know about this sight. So let's jump right into the good. Number one, Sig was able to make a very small, very lightweight, and extremely concealable red dot for everyday carry. And because of that, they deserve kudos. The future of red dots is making the red dot seamless to the gun to the point where it almost disappears and you don't even notice it. And Sig is clearly moving in that direction. Number two, Sig's MOTAC, or their Shake Awake feature, is awesome. It helps conserve battery life and it's there when you need it. If this is sitting on a table or a nightstand and you need it at the drop of a hat, if so much as a pin drops in the same room, it will shake it awake.
I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
And it will be there when you need it. And of course, if you're concealed carrying it, moving around, it's always going to be on, so it's always going to be there. Next up, I really like the stippling on the sides of the red dot. It gives you something really grippy to get a purchase on when racking the slide. Whereas a lot of red dots can feel like it's almost in the way and you don't know where to grab it. And another plus is the Romeo Zero has a rear sight milled into the red dot itself to co-witness with the front sight in case for whatever reason the batteries go out. You have iron sights as a backup. The dot on the Romeo Zero is pretty crisp, which makes it easy to shoot at distance. And finally, the red dot seems to hold up under recoil. Like I said, I have 1,000 rounds through the gun, including plus P ammunition, and the dot hasn't flickered or shifted zero through that 1,000 rounds. Now let's zip right along to the bad and the ugly. And just a little disclaimer, I'm not shitting on Sig or the sight. This is just constructive criticism and feedback that I'm giving as a consumer and a user of the product to hopefully influence Sig to make a stronger and better product in the future. My number one complaint about the Romeo Zero is the brightness button. If you can even fit your finger inside the window to hit this tiny button, you then need to press it again and again and again and again to get the brightness level all the way up to the top. And then it will flash saying it's fully bright, and then if you want to bring it down, you gotta press, down, 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 down. Now this may not seem like a big deal, but for concealed carry it is. Red dots, when you're concealed carrying, you may need to adjust the brightness on the fly. Let's say you are outside in the Arizona sun and you're walking into Costco where it is dimmer, and if you pulled out your firearm with a red dot on it, it would be a 100 MOA sun blinding you and you couldn't get a precision shot if you needed it. That's why the Shield RMSC is pretty cool with its auto brightness, although I would rather have manual control because you might find yourself under a street light shooting into dimmer light, and again it will be blown out because it's adjusted to the street light. So other offerings, like the Trijicon RMR, Vortex, Sig's bigger red dots, and HoloSun all have either big plus or minus buttons or up or down arrows, so on the fly, through your shirt, you can adjust brightness up or down based on your environment. And while you can reach through with your shirt to hit this button if your finger is small enough, you have to remember if the last time you touched the button you were on your way up in brightness or down in brightness, and what number you were at. So let's say you're at 7 brightness, and you were outside, and now you're inside and you want to bring it down to 5 brightness. Well, you need to be like, okay, 7 and I was on my way up, so 8, 9, wait for it to finish flashing, and then 8, 7, 6, 5. And then when you're going back outside, I'm at 5, I was on my way down, so 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's jammed.
And then back up, 2, 3, 4,
5!
What are you doing?
6! 7!
My second major complaint about the Romeo Zero is the polymer lens. It scratches so easily. I bought this P365 XL with the Romeo Zero mounted on it from the factory. And I got a bad Romeo Zero sight that wasn't milled correctly, and because of that, it sat tilted up and I couldn't use the rear sight with the front sight. So I sent it off to Sig, and when they were fixing it, they scratched it and sent it back to me. So if the gunsmith at Sig struggles to not scratch the sight, imagine how much you're gonna have to baby it to not scratch it. So if you're gonna buy a Romeo Zero, you're gonna have to invest in some compressed air, some rubbing alcohol, and some foam Q-tips to get in there and to clean it properly instead of just wiping it clean with your shirt or a microfiber cloth, because if you drag dust or dirt along there, it's probably gonna scratch. And not to mention, they put the button for brightness right next to the lens, so you can actually scratch the lens with your fingernail if you're not careful. Or a pen if your finger is too fat to fit in there. My third hesitation about the Romeo Zero is around durability. When Military Arms Channel said they were going to do a little bit of a torture test on the Romeo Zero to see how the polymer would hold up, Sig reached out to them and said, no wait, we're making a steel armor sleeve for it, so wait to test it for that. If SIG's not confident in the durability of their sight without steel armor around it, then I'm not confident in it. And next up, and I'm sure some of you saw this coming, is the battery replacement method. You have to break your Loctite on the screws, take the sight off, put a new battery in, put it back on, new Loctite on the screws, crank them back down, and then confirm 0 on the red dot. Now this is nothing new to people who carry Trijicon RMR, but Holosun is releasing their 407K and 507K soon that fit on the P365 XL, and that has a side compartment for the battery where you do not need to take the sight off of there. Now I understand making a lightweight and small sight, Sig had to make some sacrifices. For example, with the button, with no battery compartment, and using a polymer frame for it. But to me, the loss in durability and convenience wasn't worth the trade-off. I mean, the Holosun 407K and 507K is going to have an aluminum body, glass window, side battery compartment, and a big plus or minus button to adjust brightness on the fly. It fixes every single problem that I have with the Romeo Zero, with the trade-off that it's a little bulkier and a little bigger. I would really love to see Sig take some of this feedback and really innovate to compete with the Holosun 407K and 507K to see if they can make a better, more innovative and intuitive sight than Holosun. So would I recommend you buy the Romeo Zero? I would give that a maybe. Right now, it feels good enough on my gun. Granted, I'm waiting for the Holosun 507K because that fixes all of the problems I have with the Romeo Zero, but I'm not taking the Romeo Zero off of this gun. I think for the $200 price point, you're getting what you pay for, and you're getting a pretty decent sight as long as you don't plan on beating it up too badly. It certainly gets the job done, and it's gotten the job done for me for the past month and 1,000 rounds. Please, if you liked the content in this video, subscribe to my channel. I am a very small channel, and every subscription truly helps. Don't forget to train hard and fight for your Second Amendment rights every single day. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.